Let's dive into some fresh upgrades for your AR-15. I've got the dye-free Kung Fu grip, the newest generation Sylvan arms side folding adapter, and an announcement for Stinger's new ARCA rail adapters on this week's Gear Grind. No toy soldiers on the table, but some sick artwork with the Kung Fu grip from dye-free Co. Fit. This is an AR pistol grip. There's nothing magical about how it attaches to your rifle. AR-15, AR-10, AR-9, whatever platform is trying to remake itself into an AR-15 this week, you'll be fine. Just make sure, as always, when you're installing this grip, to keep your safety selector spring lined up so it doesn't bind up when you're installing your new Kung Fu grip. Surprisingly, there seems to be a lot of discourse around this grip, so I'll try to stay as objective as possible here. This grip has an aggressive texture that gives your hands a nice secure bite without being too painful. You've also got a deep undercut for your middle finger, very reminiscent of more modern striker-fired pistol grips rather than a rifle grip. You've also got a fairly high beaver tail for a modern grip angle, but the unique thing about the Kung Fu grip is the taper from front to back. The front of your pistol grip is fatter than the rear, which, combined with that undercut, is supposed to reduce hand fatigue and prevent you from white-knuckling your grip. All that said, I do think it's very unique. I personally find it comfortable, but I can easily see why it's a little divisive. Form. Aesthetically, the Kung Fu grip is pretty unique all on its own. That steep 12-degree grip angle makes it noticeably more vertical than most grips, and that undercut creates a deep groove that flows with a lot of different trigger guards. The texturing at the sides and front is a pretty fun, broken up pattern, and the dye-free Co logo near the top is minimalist and pretty classy. You can get this grip in black, FDE, OD green, as well as gray to suit a variety of builds. Just go with the one that you want. If you're curious about matching colors, the FDE and ODG are pretty close to Magpul, just don't expect exact matching. Function. Unique concept for a grip. How does it actually perform? The construction is all polymer, it's solid, so there's no issues from a durability or longevity standpoint as far as I can tell. But the big idea is the comfort factor. Does this actually do something different than a regular grip, and does it deliver on reducing hand fatigue? This is where subjectivity and different hand sizes and shapes really come into play. For me personally, I do enjoy the Kung Fu grip. It's just maybe not my favorite. It's certainly something to get used to, but I thought it was comfortable. Easily had control of my rifle even with one hand, and I was plenty accurate and fast on the trigger. No real issues for me. Features. The nice thing about the Kung Fu grip is that it's not expensive. We're a bit past the time for stocking stuffers, but if you want to get your hands on one, it's going to be under 20 bucks, which is great. At that price, if you are looking to reduce hand strain by switching to a really modernized pistol grip, I think you should consider this. Personally, I don't tend to get hand strain while shooting, but I could definitely feel my hand relaxing into a pretty comfortable position shooting offhand, off the bench, or prone. Now, let's go a little further back on the lower receiver and talk about the new and improved Sylvan Arms Generation 5 folding stock adapters. Fit. The Sylvan Arms SA5 Pro folding adapters are designed for the AR-15. You use the standard mil-spec buffer tube threading on both sides of the hinge, meaning you screw the adapter into the lower receiver and your buffer tube into the adapter. This is pretty simple, and it means it will work on most AR-15 and even AR-10 builds. If you want an AR-9 build, just make sure your bolt carrier has the removable weight at the rear, because you will need to slip a bolt carrier extension plug into your bolt carrier group regardless of caliber. Beyond that, there's obviously a few more steps than a standard buffer install, but Sylvan Arms has a really great install video with a full breakdown. We'll link to that below for you. Feel. The first thing you'll notice immediately when you've got the SA5 installed is that it adds a little over half a pound to the rear of your rifle. Not a deal breaker, just something to be aware of. And I think with most side folding builds out there, you're probably looking to attach a pound or more of suppressor up front, so I don't think this is going to throw off balance in many builds. Beyond that, you're also dealing with a very robust folding mechanism. It's pretty tough to open the latch before you install, but once you get it on the rifle and add some leverage, you still get very solid lockup opened or closed, and it's very easy to operate. The SA5 is a pretty awesome visual improvement over the previous generations. It's sleeker, follows the lines of your AR receiver, while minimizing unnecessary material around the folding mechanism. Previous generations were pretty blocky around that part, and now you have a more tapered look that mimics an end plate with some added material for a button and a QD sling cup. Part of why I think it's better aesthetically is the all-steel construction, which Sylvan says provides a 250% upgrade in strength over the Gen 4 folders. These do only come in a black finish, but that should look great on a wide variety of builds. Happy to report that the Gen 5 folder works as advertised, and it's easy to see why. This adapter basically just truncates your existing recoil system, adds minimal weight to the rifle's action, so you're generally not going to need to tune it that much. Keep in mind, when you add something like this, you're basically modifying a hot rod. So basically be prepared to do a little troubleshooting before you do shooting. Features. Two big things the SA5 has going for it. One is the price. The SA5 street price is under $200, which is a pretty sweet price for an all-steel adapter. The other thing is that the SA5 has two models for right or left side folding. And this makes the use case a matter of preference or handedness. Both options have their own benefits, but typically you'll want a left side folder as a right-handed shooter. Point is, you can get the exact configuration that's right for you, all at a fair price. New product alert for the Stinger side of things. Stinger will be going live with their new ARCA M-LOK adapters on New Year's Eve, so here's what you need to know. Fit. These ARCA rail adapters slot in on any M-LOK handguard you have. Stinger is going to offer adapters that span 2, 3, or 4 M-LOK slots, ranging in length from around 4 to 6.5 inches. All of these rails include machined lugs around the T-nuts to ensure a snug fit, which should work on any rail on the market. Just choose the length that's right for you, put a dab of blue Loctite on your screws, and give it a nice snug hand tightening, and you should be good to go. Feel. These types of rail adapters are pretty much only meant to touch a precision bipod or tripod, and they're designed for shooter comfort in mind. All the edges are fully dehorned, so they're very smooth to the touch. We've done a lot to lighten these ARCA rails as much as possible. 6061 T6 aluminum construction, lightning cuts and grooves down the whole length, all to keep these adapters light while still offering the strength and stability you'll need in the field. The longest adapter is only 2.5 ounces, so you're really not going to perceive much of the weight in addition to your bipod. As mentioned, Stinger put some effort into making these look cool, which does provide a pretty awesome look when you're attaching these to a free float rail. Stinger does offer all of these in black anodized finish, as well as Cerakote in Magpul Flat Dark Earth and OD Green. So if you're looking to mount one of your Stinger or AT3 M-LOK handguards, you're gonna get a really nice color match for your build, and it'll work with your other Magpul furniture as well. Function. These ARCA adapters attach directly to your rifle to an ARCA Swiss capable bipod or tripod. Because we're using a much broader interface than a Picatinny rail, you're going to get a great deal more stability on your rifle than a traditional bipod or tripod setup. These are also a great advantage over ARCA adapters that just sort of clamp around your forend or act as a rest. With these rail adapters, you're really solidifying your points of contact, increasing repeatability and precision. All without adding a bunch of unneeded bulk to your rifle, just to give you the most stable platform possible. Let's talk price. If you're looking to get a rifle into the ARCA ecosystem, these rail adapters start at just $26 for the 2-slot anodized version. And these aren't Alibaba or Amazon specials where you don't know what the hell you're getting. These are all made in USA and backed with Stinger's lifetime warranty. These are good quality pieces to add to your rail with a selection of colors that are going to look extremely choice on your full rifle build. And once again, these will be live on December 31st, so check out StingerUSA.com or AT3Tactical.com for more info. Hope you found something useful or interesting in this episode. I can't wait to show you some more parts and upgrades in 2025. Stay tuned, next episode I'll have a few more parts plus a new product announcement for AT3. And as always, if there's a gun or upgrade you want me to go hands-on with, slap a comment down below, give you my honest take on it in a future video.